Take 27. One of these days, I'm going to do a blooper reel. It is crazy the amount of mistakes that I make when I'm doing these videos. But anyway, what are you going to do? Welcome, everybody. It's FitneSZ, and this is FitneSZ Find Out Friday. Today, I have two questions, so we're going to get right to it. The first one is a follow-up from last week's calorie counting video that I did. My friend Chris sent me a Facebook message in response, and she says, Amy, about the calorie counting, I've actually been told that you have to eat more to lose weight. What I mean is the old mantra of less intake and more activity to lose is wrong, that you actually have to eat enough to burn effectively for weight loss. Well, Chris, first of all, I'm going to say the same thing I did last week. I'm not a dietitian. I am in school to be a personal trainer, so I'm learning a little bit about this, and I've had some experience, but I'm not a dietitian, so you might want to do some more research on that, because what I have found in my own experience and with my friends and family that have lost weight is the only way to get it off and keep it off is to decrease your calories and increase your exercising. Several years ago I lost 40 pounds and that was from exercising almost every day and decreasing my calories, eating a lot of reduced fat things, but mainly fruits and vegetables, and getting rid of the chips and snacks and things like that. And it took me about 8 months to lose it. So, and then another recent example is about a year ago, I lost 20 pounds using a weight loss meal replacement supplement from my business. And it's a nutritional based supplement. So my body was still getting all the nutrients that it needs. So that's something you got to be careful about when you're cutting your calories, is that you're not cutting the nutrients you need. But it was still, with that 20 pounds, it was exercising and reducing the calories. And it has stayed off, just maintaining it, not doing the diet actually, but just continuing to exercise and make healthy choices. Now, the idea though that eating more to lose weight can come from a couple of different places. First, there's the theory that if you eat more often throughout the day, not necessarily more food that you would normally eat, but more often, will get your metabolism going. And I'm not sure if it actually speeds up your metabolism. I know that exercise does that. But as I said last week, our bodies burn certain nutrients at certain rates, and that's just a natural process. But eating more often throughout the day can keep you from getting hungry, and that's usually why people fail at diets, is they're hungry. So whether you eat 3 full meals a day or 6 smaller snack-sized meals, just remember that you really got to watch the calories and increase the exercise. Now, one thing that I found helpful that I actually found when I was looking up some stuff to answer your question was the idea of a resting metabolic rate. And that means, what does your body burn during a day, in one day, if you're just sitting on the couch doing nothing? So just Google in resting metabolic rate, RMR, and you enter your sex, your age, your height, and your weight, and it'll tell you, what you're burning. Now, for me, just entering those 4 things, my body naturally burns 1,180 calories a day. The next part of the calculator, though, is where you enter your activity level. And it's anything from no activity all the way to exercising like a maniac. Once I put in my exercise activity, and it wasn't the maniac, it was somewhere like 5 to 6 days a week of average, moderate to heavy exercise. My body burns about 2,000 calories a day based on my exercise. So, as I said earlier, there were 2 things. The one, eating more often, and the second is the more you exercise, the more your body needs to keep going. So that's one of the perks, actually, is you can eat more if you exercise more. But you still have to be making the choices of the healthy things, not just empty calories. So hopefully that answers your question, Chris. If if you'd like, you can send me some more information about where you got that. I would love to read more, actually. So thank you for sending me your question. Now, the next question came from Julie, and she just stopped me at the gym one day and asked me a question. So you can do that. You could either email, Twitter, or Facebook me a question for Find Out Friday, or you could just ask it if you see me in person. I'm always willing to talk. Everybody knows that. Now, this question, hold on a second, actually is, what the heck is boot camp? I hear you're teaching boot camp, Amy. And that sounds scary to me. That's what Julie said. She thought that boot camp was like what what we all think of. Actually, I've been through military boot camp. It's a lot of running. It's a lot of sit-ups and push-ups and jumping jacks and all those traditional things, obstacle courses crazy, rope climbing, things like that. But while you can find boot camps around that you can pay to go do that kind of stuff, the boot camp that I teach and what has traditionally become, boot camp fitness classes is just basically a class that offers a variety of things, total body conditioning in an hour. You'll get cardio, you'll get weight training, but to keep it from being boring, a good boot camp instructor will incorporate lots of different things, like of course, weights, but also resistance bands. These are one of my favorite things to do. The stability balls, medicine balls, kettlebells, lots of different ways to get your resistance training in there. Lunges and squats, and of course, yes, jumping jacks, burpees, all that kind of stuff, and a lot of cardio. So it usually goes a set of cardio with some weights, and then we'll do some more strength training with. Then we'll go back into doing some cardio, but it's nothing really scary. You might be running in place. You might be using a step. You might be doing some jumping jacks and kickboxing, things like that. Lots of different fun things, indoors or outdoors. So check it out at your local gym. Most gyms offer a boot camp class, and I encourage you to check it out. It's not military. Nobody's going to say, drop and give me 20, but you might do 20 push-ups, but it'll be in a fun way with really cool music. So take a boot camp class or something near you, because it's the best way to get all your cardio and all your resistance training done in one place at one time. So thank you, Julie, for asking me that question. So that's it for today. I hope that you guys have a great, great weekend. Send me your questions. I would love to answer for you. I'd like to hear whatever you have to say. Again, it's Amy SZ, and I'm out.